when it comes to conversation of entertainment, you have to speak to Joeyakan.
That's right.
His comments, conversations, I put him into the best place and into big trouble as well. But you're well respected when it comes to your craft and what you do. And welcome to the show, Joeyakan.
Thank you so much. It's fun. This
And
is fun.
one of the best ever do it too as well. All
Exactly.
respect to we call him Dada Boy. I feel he makes one of the best merch in Nigeria. I want to put that out because I'm loving for what I mean. If you think about the platform and what he's doing right now with Apple Music, all respect, and he's one of the guys on this panel, and he knows the custodian of great music.
That's right.
Entertainment. VJ extraordinaire.
Yes.
Also
And
the
guys, I didn't
Yeast is
have
right
to
here.
pay to see this.
How you
nice
doing,
things
G?
about-
Lol.
How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm telling them I didn't have to pay you to say these nice things about me. So
Anyways, I'm honest. You know that, right? But how are you
Yes,
guys
sir.
doing?
What's
How you
going
guys doing?
All right. Okay, so basically we're having a discussion today about Afrobeats to the world, and we're focusing on Wizkid. And to be honest, talking about Wizkid, every time now that I hear Wizkid, all I think about is more love and less ego. And if you didn't know, he dropped his latest album on Friday, and it's an absolute banger. It's really, really awesome. But before we go straight into Wizkid, I want us to talk about Afrobeats first. We're talking about Afrobeats with the S, by the way, because there's a variation there when people talk about Afrobeats, and then there's Afrobeats. But Afrobeats also has some roots in Afrobeat itself, coming all the way back from Fela, down in the 70s to the 90s. But how would you say, I'm going to direct this question now to Joey, how would you, he's smiling.
better. You know, Grace.
Bet.
Grace, I feel like we're going to be best friends. So you know how to-
Love it.
Yes.
I'm going to direct this question to Joey, and I'm going to ask, what do you think, the evolution, how would you describe it, the wave and the prominence of Afrobeats with the S at the moment, like how it has grown and what it has become?
Thank you so much. Afrobeats it's still a young culture, but it's something that has come in leaps and bounds. First, music has always been a Nigerian thing, and we've always fused our music across multiple elements. Afrobeat is a function of that. Fela fused a few things.
That's right.
And achieved iconic status, a pioneer. And many years down the line, people who have taken that formula have fused a lot of sounds across the world, and we've created something beautiful. And now we have cracked global pop framework. That's the best thing we've done. Over the years, everybody has tried. We've tried to situate our music at the highest levels of world music and world appreciation. But this is the first time ever that local music that's made here in multiple dingy studios in Lagos have cracked pop framework. So
Globally.
you mentioned Afrobeats,
Yeah.
and you mentioned a song from, let's say, Wizkid. You
Yeah.
mentioned Money and Love or
That's
Essence,
it.
and in the same breath, you're mentioning Harry Styles. You're mentioning Adele, because they all play along the same horizontal feel. So that's what it is for us.
Okay, so we just want to kick this off. Thank you, Joey. And Motolani just walked in. Shout out to him. How are you doing, G?
I'm fine, Chief. How you doing?
Another respected Homo sapien like me.
Lol.
No, I had to
It's
say
the
that.
word for me.
But Motolani, he represents Pulse. Grateful to be here. You're one person I know that when it comes to conversation and music, is all respect, and I respect you a lot.
Thank
And
you very
for
much,
coming
sir. I
on the
respect you
show
a
as
lot.
well. And now the thing is, we need to go to the nitty gritty, right? We're talking about Wizkid, Apple Music, and what's going down on Monday, right? And taymib, you are a big head and hair for music, right? And I'm sure definitely you heard the album.
Yes.
So
I
what
have.
would you say are your thoughts on the first listen?
The first listen, I was like, okay, it's Wizkid. Let me listen again. That was my first listen. My first listen was, oh, it's Wizkid. Let me listen again, right? And then I listened again. And then I listened again, and then I listened again with some aids, and then it was like, whoa, this thing is fire. That's how.
Did you have a favorite?
Yes. My fave is the last song on the
Frames.
album. Yes,
Frames,
Frames.
yeah.
Oh, Frames. frames on some frames on another frame. He's a baby. You get it.
Love it.
Okay.
That's it. I love it.
Thank you, Tammy. Ease, what's good? How you doing? Ease, I love to see your face. I know. I want you to speak on this in a different direction because Wizkid will be performing songs for More Love, Less Ego on Apple Music Live, and it's on Monday. What are your expectations, Ease?
Come on now. It's which I won't talk again. Wizkid. What can I say? Like, first and foremost, let me just say something, guys. I went out last night. I never really sleep. But this is how much I tell you Afrobeat has gone. You know that drunk walk that people do to their cars, right? I don't drink. You know me. So I'm walking with my guys to the car. Then I see a bunch of white people. This is straight up fact. And then they do TikTok to Oxlade, Kulosa. And when I mean like, this is like serious choreography. Then they drag the air. Then they slap the air. Then they hug themselves. Like, this is where Afrobeats, and the club I went to is a full-on American club. If I tell you that 60% of the songs they played in there was straight up
Afrobeat.
That's how much. Like,
big deal. I mean, I'm loving it. I feel like this is the best time.
You know the sweet part is not even an African. It wasn't even a Nigerian DJ or an African DJ. It was a straight up Yankee DJ. That's how much we're inside right now. Like, in there, you understand?
The joy from your voice, I can tell, bruh. I'll be honest, like the value just and the worth is something to write them about. I mean, I'm loving it, to be honest. Great,
totally. It suits me. And with the Apple Music Live, you know, it's a different kind of level with Wizkid. And bruh, the same way Apple Music use Wizkid, the same way Billie Eilish also, like, they launch. So they're launching Apple Music Live with artists like Billie Eilish, and they're using Wizkid. That's how much of a champion this guy is. So expect fame. Expect fame. Just expect fame.
Thank you very much, Ease.
You're talking about the collaboration between Apple Music and Wizkid, you know, and how, you know, it has really brought something. But what do you think this is going to do to Afrobeats in its entirety? You know, coming up with Apple Music Live and having Wizkid be the first, you know, Nigerian, you know, artist to go there, do that, and, you know, bring Afrobeats to that platform. How do you think that's really going to like impact and change the whole scene for Afrobeats in the global community? You know?
Do you know, after the Apple Music Live, you know what I told the team? I said, I hope you guys know what you guys have done. They said what they did. I said it's nothing bad, it's everything good, because you guys have opened the floodgates to a bunch of super talented human beings. So if possible, if you guys are ready to be doing Apple Music Live like industry nights, we have artists. We are ready.
I love it.
They know we're ready. We want to do it every Wednesday. We did there.
and it's a good feeling. We're going back to those days again. It just brings it back. Motolani, how are you doing?
I'm good, Jeff.
All right, great to have you here. And I mean, I want to speak about distros, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, looking at Wizkid and distros, Apple Music, how have distros helped Wizkid's career?
I believe DSPs have been very influential in the sense of when you look at the world, right? It's become a global village, right? Yeah. And discovery of Nigerian music, the internet sort of changed everything. So you have to go back to the era of music blogs. A lot of the crossover success that Nigerian music has enjoyed came from like second generation immigrants, of African immigrants in the UK or in mainstream Europe, and then maybe third or fourth generation in America. So a lot of that was because music blogs, accessibility to Nigerian music became easier when it came to music blogs. But now you are looking at how DSPs have sort of further leveled the playing field. Yeah. So it means that at the time that you are listening to Wizkid's music here, another person in Iraq is listening to it. I remember last year, so Chike's Running was number 1 in Fiji. On Apple Music. So it shows you how it works, and the most important thing right now is the music has stopped being just Nigerian. It's for everybody now, or for Africa, because a song might not exactly be popping off here, but it's popping off in another country.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to Wizkid, the entire stardom and the entire currency for what it is, you can link it to, because it's measurability, right? You can measure a lot of the success that Wizkid has had. you can't exactly say without DSPs it might not work, but they are here. They are the ones that are doing the job here right now, and the importance of is not even just for Wizkid alone, it's for the people that are coming after Wizkid. Wizkid himself said it when he was speaking with This Day last year. He said they are just scratching the surface. He said the people that are going to come after them are people that are going to really enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Right now you are looking at what, like, people are now looking for new Wizkids. Like new Wizkids because of what Wizkid has done. New Wizkids. Investment is coming into the country because of what Wizkid has done. People are getting jobs because of what Wizkid has done. Do you understand? It's incredible.
And I mean, the good thing for me is there is that level of longevity, and it's not just for him, even for the craft and the genre as a whole. And I think for me that's a big deal. Now let's talk about the growth. You know, we always have to talk about the maturity in his vocals, his dexterity when it comes to his lyrics, right?
Yeah.
So Joey, do you sense a secret that makes him different from everybody else?
So, Wizkid's an original. He's one of those people that was blessed with music. I see it as genetic encoding. And and over the years, we've watched this evolution of Wizkid from a guy who, you know, was trying to piece it together and hustle his way to someone who tasted success and has curated that. Majorly, Wizkid's focused majorly on the interaction between man and woman. You know, all the ways of expression of love.
Joey, I love that illustration. That's very good.
When he said more love, less ego, he had a reason for saying it.
But that's always been Wizkid. Wizkid has always been the person to explore the fine lines, the good, the bad, the downward pig ugly, and only in rare moments has he been able to like mention other things. And with this project, with Made in Lagos, what he did was, you know, celebration of life and celebration of love. But with this project, he's gone deeper into love. There's just a plethora of ways to come to the table with a lady here.
It's nice. Do you know I love it, taymib? I like. It's good to see Joey happy. You know, talking about an album, you can tell like he felt it. Now, to be sure, I want to ask you, Joe. You love this album.
It was an acquired taste. It took me a while because I had to go deep for this. And it's happened the last two projects.
Like Joey teaching biology.
Nothing too otherworldly. It's more like when I got Made in Lagos, an advanced copy of Made in Lagos. I listened to it alone and I'm like, I need to go into this to understand it better. And so by the time the project came out, I had fully understood the project. And so when the world initially showed some skepticism, I was one of the few voices that were saying, this is fire, because just listen to it.
Yeah.
Over time that happened. This one too, I got it as well as everybody, and I have just spent my time.
Joey,
but right now, I love it.
That's it. The smile already sold it. Thank you very much, Joey. Taymib, how are you doing?
I'm good.
First of all, I love your glasses.
Thank you. He's always trying to steal my glasses. And that's just a setup for that.
Yeah, now.
And the answer is
more glasses, no ego. I love it.
I want to bring us back to DSPs. Let's talk about DSPs. For those who don't know what DSPs are, they're actually digital streaming platforms. Just putting it out there. So basically, we already have playlists that are curated, right, for Afrobeats when it comes to DSPs, talking about Apple Music. And, you know, you already have a data system that's kind of implemented in a way that Afrobeats, you know, it's at the forefront. But what else do you think, you know, we can do, DSPs in particular can do to utilize, you know, the propagation of Afrobeats when it comes to like the global community? What more can be done to really infuse it in there?
Is this question for me?
Yes.
That was a lot of words, honey.
I'm so sorry.
Like a lot. Like our listeners are like, kidding propaganda. What is the meaning
Basically,
of that?
what more do you think, what other role do you think DSPs can play?
I feel like they're really doing what they should do. I don't know what, apart from really plucking somebody from birth, like going to a babalawo to know that this person is going to blow.
Yeah.
I feel like they're doing what they can do. And I think that that's enough as far as I'm concerned. I would say Joey does have a lot to say about it.
Sorry.
See, I've been trying to scream from my seat.
Yeah.
Okay, DSPs have done a lot. It's not like they owe us. They don't owe us so much.
Yeah.
They came for business and somehow they've benefited. but I feel like they haven't fully really invested in the ecosystem as much as they should.
Okay.
I want to see a DSP tour.
Ooh.
I agree with you. I mean, you just hit the nail on the head.
But then, in terms of business, how does that work? Because now let's talk about the business of it, right? If we talk about,
They can afford.
I feel
they
like
can
this might
afford
be too
it.
much. It's not about
No,
affording
go ahead,
it.
go ahead.
It's not about affording it. It's like, okay, do I even have? Am I going to make my money back? What are the numbers here, right?
So,
like at the end of the day,
Motolani,
your card is not even working.
You
even
want
if
to touch on
want
that,
to pay.
Motolani?
So
it's not a bad idea, right?
Okay.
But you have to look at it from the perspective of money. What's the percentage? What's the consumer behavior of Nigerians? One. Number two, what's the internet penetration in Nigeria? How many people can afford the internet in Nigeria? Now, DSPs, the good thing that all of them has Apple Music, number one, and the moment they came in as a premium platform and the price was 900 naira,
Yeah.
everybody had to conform. All of that DSPs, when they were coming in, it was 900, 100 naira, 1,004. And you have to look at it from this perspective. Nigerian artists, when they go outside the country, the tariffs are different, internet pressure is different, so the money that they make there is different.
And it's a structure. too.
Exactly. So doing it in this market, except you're looking at it from the perspective of an investment, how much money am I making back? What's the long-term effect of me doing this thing? What's the consumer acquisition strategy? Because that's the most important thing. Am I going to get a lot of the things that I invest back? Long term, maybe if I take the risk, and if I go there, except I'm going there and saying, oh, if you are going to come here, the access is your Apple Music subscription. You could do something with that, but the problem is 900 naira. You are also going to be looking at something that is blown out of proportion. Because not everybody's going to get it.
and that's exactly what I'm saying.
then
like
you're
coming to
expecting-
it, how am I going to make?
And
how
that
will I
has to
make
be
my money
like
back?
a festival. Like, it has to be
It has
Now, if it's
for
like a
you to
one-off
succeed,
big
yeah.
festival, yeah,
festival.
at all.
That, I mean, for me, I feel like
I mean, that's to be
Joey
recurrent.
wants to
Yeah.
say something.
you want to touch on this very
Okay.
quickly. I know he's
The way you're talking about money, with these fellas,
Is yes,
with
I mean-
us. If I want to talk us,
Okay, that's a yes for me.
yeah.
That's a
the
yes.
money, you obviously know the money had been made before they even make an announcement. Oh, that we're having a tour.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
you know
Okay.
this piece, right?
So
You know
for me, but you know the
this
thing is, you want to be in business to make money, right? I mean,
Yeah.
except you're doing it for the buzz or just for but I mean, everybody's in business to make money. So, except is a festival for me. I feel it's a yes for me, but festivals.
But that's why this Wizkid live is happening. Like this is it. This is the thing that can be done that ensures that. I mean, I know some people will go and subscribe just to watch this Wizkid live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Oh,
things
for
like
sure.
this are things that they
Oh, for
can
sure.
do.
Joey, okay,
Yeah.
you want to say something?
So this
Go
is what I think.
ahead. Okay.
I think the value of what these people stand to gain from what Apple Music or a DSP like Apple Music stands to gain from our culture exceeds beyond whatever monetary value they can generate here. Because to be honest,
So you would rather say for me-
everyone's making a killing. A tour for our people is simply put it up in the CSR budget, please.
I did not expect that.
Love it. Affiliate.
Put it in there.
That's why I say for the flash.
Yeah, put it in there.
So the more the
that's what I
merrier.
give it
And
back.
use that experiential marketing.
Motolani
But
doesn't
give back
agree.
to the people.
Yeah.
What else would the
I feel
people
like,
benefit?
I feel like other people are doing that. Like we can't just discount all the good work that other people are doing, like in terms of these tours
Yeah.
and all of that. I love Apple Music, but yeah, I feel like there's room for everybody. I think Wizkid Live, well done on this. I can't
Definitely
wait
a well done on it.
to offer my amigos.
Motolani,
it up on
because we don't
Monday.
have time, so
Yeah,
I want to drop something quick.
So very quickly, it's DSPs are already doing well.
Yeah.
Like that to come to the African markets. For example, we are charging $4.99, $7.99, $9.99 in foreign countries. They're already taking 900 here,
Yeah.
so they're already sacrificing enough. And the access to like some of their products and the fact that we can access lossless tiers, all of these things at not very high prices. They're already doing a lot for this market. Now we have to be patient with them. The more they grow, the better for us. The lockdown did a lot in terms of customer acquisition.
I feel
So
that
we have
that
to be
part
patient.
in our lives changed a lot of things
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
now people had their attention span was better.
Yeah.
People stuck to sit down and we listen to music
Listen.
by force. So that was different. Now I don't want us to lose the conversation here.
Yeah.
It's Wizkid, and Monday 8 p.m. is
In
going
London,
down, right?
yeah.
And it's gonna be live on Apple Music. Now the thing is, there is the biggest deal in the music business or entertainment is transitioning. People get to a point and they just can't get to the next level because they might want to try, but he stops. But you can tell with Wizkid's growth, it's different. Sometimes people might say, "Oh, the speed was different." For you, what would you say about a kid that was just down in Ujuelegba, right? And now his world acclaimed. Talking about that transitioning, what would you say has been the best part of his life that you think he kicked off and he kicked off well?
Can I speak about this?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So with the Apple Music Live with Wizkid, this show has already been recorded. It happened in September. Aria Star is gonna be part of it as well. She featured guests because they did that song together.
Yeah.
To Sugar. In case you guys have listened to the album, and it's gonna be on demand on Apple Music, just like we have like Mary J. Blige and the rest of them and stuff like that. So, what can I say? I feel like since Wizkid gave us a new leaf since he dropped Sounds from the Other Side, I think, because I have seen him record, and trust me when I say this guy right about now, it's like he sits down to record every single song. The same thing with the way he performs, you understand? So he has taken it to another kind of level. It's like when somebody knows, like, okay, cool, I'm really nice at this thing, and I will just keep on gliding. It's like the way Grim walks in Grim and Evil. You can see his feet, so he's floating. That's how Wizkid is right now. He's at the same place where everything he just touches turns into gold. So there's no need for Baba to be stressing, or there's no need for him to be. I don't understand how.
I think I can explain what you mean. There's a time that you go, you're working out, and tell you burn calories to a certain level that even if you don't come, you
You're
just
good.
keep burning.
Yeah.
And I
He
think that's
just,
what
that's what I'm
Wizkid is.
saying. So he's too smooth with it right now, like literally too smooth with it right now. So yeah, man.
I think that Wizkid has always been very intentional as a person. Like he's Mr. Easy, but like less obvious. Like Mr. Easy.
Less obvious?
Yeah, less obvious because
Less
he's just
obvious.
he's a
Lord,
chill
Lord,
guy. Like Easy,
Don't
you know, Easy is more like
He's like-
outgoing.
Yeah.
he talks, but he's very intentional. Like Easy is a business, and I think Wizkid has always been like. I think he's a guy from maybe 10. They've seen his they've seen his start. They've told him that you
Overshine.
and he's always, because in terms of people he has associated with, he has been very, very intentional, or maybe a little bit lucky as well to be able to have the right sort of connections that will take him
To
to
where
the
he's
next level. Like he doesn't waste time. Like if you're his friend, it's for a reason, and he's going to take him to the next place, and that's what he's done. He's mastered the art of doing
Thank
that.
you very much. And you're just taking it to the next level.
Okay, so there's one thing that really stuck out to me when I was listening to More Love and Less Ego. I was listening to it and I was reading through it, and I just saw written by, Ayodeji Balogun, written by, like, for most of his songs. And I was like, yo, that's really nice. Like, is that like a whole, like, what do you think about that? The whole him writing most of the songs. There were even songs where he was literally the only one that wrote it. And what do you think about that when it comes to like the Afrobeats and all?
I mean, it's credit to him. If the credits really reveal that, because one of the hardest things about being a superstar is sustaining superstardom. As part of sustaining superstardom, is sustaining superstardom, and that part of that is creating the music, because you run out of ideas. You have to remain hungry. You have to know you have to understand landscape and soundscapes, and that's why you see a lot of superstars, especially abroad. People are writing music for them. I don't want to overflow the idea that it's a bad thing to write music for people, because that's an entire ecosystem in the country that people are killing with that entire narrative. But it's kudos to Wizkid that is the one he has credits, because
For
you have to
most
be
of it.
hungry to write something that young people want to listen to. It's like 32 now, right? And a lot of his fans are like young people in university, 16, 17-year-olds. So he's speaking to their hearts. Credit to him.
And I love that.
But I don't think he wrote all of them by
Not all,
himself.
yeah.
Because I know Tay has, said he
Yeah.
did Flowers and I think Deep. So I think it's a thing that probably, if you check You probably see all the extra people on there. But I like that Wiz is always. I think, see, nothing can be done in isolation. Art is all about collaboration. And I think that, I love that he's not scared to collaborate with the right people to give him, look at Essence, for God's sake.
Right.
Would he have been Gakpa and say, who's that? Tell me what? Get out. He did it, and look at Essence.
It really, yeah.
And this Two Sugar is looking like he used a destiny changer.
Yeah.
He's about a Baba. There is a Baba somewhere. Quote me anywhere.
I mean,
because I mean,
and Ira got to be a part of the Apple Music Live from being
look
on the
at
album.
that.
I'm not going to be called to be on a Wizkid album, and I'm not going to put in my best. It feels like if you get a call from him and say, jumping this, why could be right at the 20,000?
I will go to mountain 3 days. I will go to mountain 3 days, pray, then I will go to studio.
Motolani, want to say something?
Can I just quickly add something?
Yes, go ahead.
To that, I feel like that's another thing that Nigerian artists need to watch out for in terms of like properly crediting people, metadata on DSPs. I feel like that's another thing that we need to do as an ecosystem going forward.
I like
Okay.
that. Motolani will drop that in. Take it.
Yeah. That is to say you can do more better. You can do more better.
I want to ask a question, and this is for everybody in the room, right? The evolution of Wizkid. What would you say is the most interesting part for you? Let me start with Motolani.
The switch in the brand. I feel like, when adult contemporary hip hop is a thing, right? When people get older, the voice changes. They're a little calmer, right? Look at someone like Iblis, for example. So Wizkid, this is like his version of adult contemporary hip hop. Before you see, now it's not, it's big way.
Okay, Motolani. Okay. That was a little bit, what?
With a lot of grace, it's calmer. The voice has changed.
It is music. Actually.
Now hunger,
like the style has changed.
Yaga.
Shout so the boys will hear you.
And the biggest thing is, right, when you are possibly the most influential artist of your generation, possibly, arguably, you produce a lot of offsprings, and a lot of those people sound like you.
Yeah.
So now you have to evolve to stay ahead of the game. I think that's the best.
And that's a lot, to be honest. Joey, what do you think? Your most interesting part of Wizkid's evolution?
For me, it's Wizkid's ability to be a chameleon. He takes the shape of the container. We've seen him dictate culture for over a decade. It's 2020, it's over 10 years now. Dictated culture. I've been in this space for 10 years. And in that time, I've seen many people come and go. And the only
OG before
no
OG before TikTok.
OG before Vine.
That's not the
OG
point.
before Tugo.
That's not the point.
That's not so.
I have seen.
Never mind, guys. We're having fun.
I've seen 3
Please
generations.
don't act like you heard that, right? Go ahead, Joey.
Yeah. So I've seen 3 generations of people come and go. I have seen different generational shifts in the sound, in how it's processed, how it's marketed, even in how it's created, and the quality of it. And when each shift happens, you just see people fall off. It's sad, but it's the reality of our existence.
Yes. Facts.
But with Wizkid, he's found a way to not just reach into not just to stay dynamic, but to
stay relevant.
But intentionally reach into the space and work on the sound and work with people who can provide the sound. It shows the generosity of spirit to bring people in, and I think that has what has kept him, that ability to stay fluid. And that's why at every point in time, every Wizkid project is different.
Thank you very much, Joey. That's interesting part of Wizkid's evolution. I wanted the question to go around everybody. I mean, what has been your most interesting part for you?
Am I next?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, it's a network. Your eyes better. Never mind.
Let me talk.
Otilo.
Alright, so let me just state a few things about Wizkid alongside Apple Music. It's facts. Right? So Apple Music launched the award last year, and Wizkid won African Artist of the Year, right? And Wizkid, of course, is the first solo artist to break into Apple Music's global daily top 10. That's with Essence. Okay, so Wizkid has also reached Apple Music's daily top 100 in 112 countries, and this is before More Love Less Ego. Wow. Literally. Made in Lagos is the most streamed Nigerian album of all time on Apple Music.
Record.
Yes. Wizkid has three songs in the top 10 Nigerian songs of all time on Apple Music. 3. Essence, Come Closer, and Ginger with Burna Boy. If you want to make 3. Top 10. I don't think you understand. There are 10 songs.
Yeah.
The most streamed Nigerian songs of all time on Apple Music.
And he has
and
3.
Wizkid has 3.
Wow.
3. Okay. That was and I think with what Joey has already said it, he's a master of this chameleon game. And he opens his arms to new music and new sounding. A lot of people see that he doesn't tweet that much, or maybe he doesn't post that much, bro. I can bet you there are like 5 people that are on social media that are more than Wizkid. Now, like Wizkid, if he get Finsta, he show me that he get dummy Twitter account and he get Finsta. he watch. He knows everybody that goes
I'm not gonna act like I heard that, but I agree with you 100%. He sees everything, right?
But that's how you grow in the game. You pay attention to who's hot and who's not. He surrounds himself with supreme producers, from the new guys to the old guys. He knows who's going viral. He knows who's hot or who's not. He knows every single thing because he pays attention. Bro, he flew Bella Shmurda to Ghana to do backup, just to back up a song. That's putting Maggie in his soup that's already sweet. That is how you're intentional about your music.
I love that.
Trust me, someone that thinks that will definitely rule this game for a minute. And the dominancy, man, forget Wizkid. Come on, like that year they wear tight pants, now in our pajamas they wear slippers.
Thank you so much, Ease, man. I don't want to cut you, man, because the truth is everything you said is all facts.
That's right.
And I love that. All facts. Taymib, interesting part of his evolution.
Is the accent for me.
Don't
Shots fired!
Do him like that.
Wizkid is my cousin. We are cousins, so I can say whatever I want. But honestly, no, I'm from abroad, so don't watch me there. But like I literally, that's exactly what
I feel attacked.
Why do you feel attacked? Wizkid is my cousin.
Wizkid change anything. I like it, baby.
Yeah, but the thing, and just this is what I said before now, and that's what Joey basically said, and that's what he said as well, just with fancier words, is that he just is a very good collaborator. Like he knows who to pick to take him to where he needs to be, and he does whatever he needs to do to get that thing done. And that is what makes Wizkid, right? He deals with excellent people. Like he's like the Birkin of artists, I would say. Like he's just that guy. He knows.
Okay, I have never had that comparison.
Yeah, he's the Birkin of that. He deals with excellence. He doesn't deal with people. He's excellence, and he knows how to pick the excellent people before they blow. I like. Do you get it? That's it.
Period.
And he's doing that. He's doing that because it was done for him as well. I mean, Skepta, Drake, they put him on, and he's doing the same thing for other people.
That's right.
I mean, what he's done with Thames. Look at Thames still like long time ago.
Honestly,
she don't go since.
No, tell me, you know what you say with Otilo.
And I think that's what makes you great. Not only can you do this yourself, but it's also the ability to put. And I mean, there are other people like that, but this is not about them. But Wiz is Baba.
Wow.
Babanla. When you say Babanla, I'm telling you, this guy is a Baba thing. Because he just know how to get it done. He knew when to go to London that year to just go and stay there for day. And when he finished staying there, when he came back, we were like, wow!
And maybe they told him, okay. They don't tell him from okay.
That's what I've been saying.
So get
let's just make it easy, right?
Lord. He is an Orisha.
No.
Is that a better way to put it?
That one is that's a different one.
Sorry, I'm just saying.
It's also the cat with 9 lives, to be honest.
Every person.
If we continue to talk about Wizkid, it's never going to end because it's really.
It's my cousin now. IOB and taymib.
Love it.
Gay B. Don't watch it. You people don't know anything.
How do I explain Orisha to my Apple Music people now? How do I explain
Okay, just tell them.
And,
Tell them it's a
God.
god.
It's
a god.
A god.
You have to say. You see. Have you watched the cartoon? You see the thunder. That is a Wizkid.
They're better with explaining. Just say Superman or just say Captain America.
That's it.
You
That's
know?
it. A superhero.
That's like, oh, he said.
And if you want to just come tonight, just say, hey, have you heard about Shango?
Orisha superhero are two different things.
Sorry, no offense.
How else will you explain it to them? You tell them he's the thunder, he's the lightning, he's the sun, he's the moon.
Gracie has one last question, so we can wrap this up.
Just quickly, like 1 minute, like 1 second or 2 seconds each. Just that one song, minus More Love, Less Ego from Wizkid. That's it's just always in your head. You're
Not this album.
Not this album. Let's go. Tell me.
It's gonna be tough. Oh, give me the last call.
Okay, Joey.
Give me the last call.
Joey.
I think it's the song with Akon.
Okay.
On Ayo.
Okay.
Ayo album.
Love it. Motolani, what about you?
Can I choose two?
Yeah, go ahead. Like.
I like, for me particularly,
Okay.
that's the song that I really go back to from Superstar.
Okay.
I like Bombay a lot.
Ooh.
Then Steady from
You chose Tiri. Okay, that's nice. What about you, Ace?
I'll take two songs as well.
Mm-hmm.
One, I gas myself. One, because I did it when they record down.
Love.
All for Love, Wizkid Boosie.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Then the second one is another song that it paid me, but it's from that era. I don't know if you guys remember Camp Mula. Yeah, it's called Price.
He's bad.
You went there.
Tammy, let's come back to you. So what about you?
Do you know the song that is True Love?
Yeah.
I love True Love.
Okay.
Yeah.
My dear. Your body will be doing you Pakrumo. That's another one. Pakrumo. That's it now. Pakrumo. I see True Love.
Okay, you know we need to wrap this up. I mean, for us.
No, Johnson, how about you?
For me, it's the whole Superstar album.
album.
Yeah, that's me. I'm so locked in. I love my baby. No,
Oh, my baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget, you can watch it live as Apple Music Live. And tomorrow, 8 p.m.,
That's
Wizkid is killing it. And you guys are here, live renditions from the More Love,
Less Ego
album.
Wow.
Thank you
All
guys for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We're out of here.
Bye.